Hi, I'm Dave Porter, and I create music.
Hi everybody, I'm Eitan Rosenblum from ASCAP. This is Dave Porter, a notable composer, mostly in the film TV genres, best known for the AMC series Breaking Bad.
Yes.
This panel is moderated by Thomas Galubich, who I understand had something to do with your gig at Breaking Bad, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Thomas is a music supervisor, and I'd actually started my career in New York City after I worked for Philip Glass. I got into doing commercial work and television documentaries, and then I moved out here in 2002 and basically started over because I really wanted to get into doing dramatic TV and film, which was more available here options than in New York. I had an opportunity to take actually to step back from composing and become a music editor for the last season of 6 Feet Under, which I did, which was wonderful for me because it connected me to so many very, very bright people, obviously, and on a terrific show. And that's where I met Thomas, who was one of the two music supervisors on that show. But he knew obviously that I was actually looking to be a composer in LA. When the Breaking Bad pilot came around a few years later, both he and another friend of mine, Tom Milano, who's a music editor, both had been hired on the pilot and called me totally separate. They didn't even know that they both knew me, but they both called me on the same day and said, "You got to see this thing, and we think you'd be really great for it." And that's how I first learned of it.
You ended up in a place where two separate people knew and loved you, and both had you in mind immediately when they read the script. So there had to have been some level of impressiveness in your work as both a composer and probably a guy. So tell me how, just personal stuff beyond being a great composer has helped you in your career.
Well, I mean, I think like anything, to be successful, you can't be single-minded. You can't have a single-track focus and expect to be successful in a business that's so collaborative. You have to be well-rounded. You have to know and be able to interact with all kinds of different people and talk about all kinds of different subjects, and of course be knowledgeable about music and confident in your music. But there's much more to it than that.
Well, tell me about your relationship with Vince Gilligan. I mean, have you found a moment where after a spotting session, there's been any level of compromise where you weren't sure about something that he suggested and decided to defer to his better judgment?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it compromising. Vince is right. Always. I mean, it's his show. Absolutely. It's show, and I firmly believe that's how it should be. I mean, it's his name on the door. It's his creation. I'm there to serve him and serve the greater goals of the show. And as a composer, I think that's really important to remember. Because while there may be certain instances where you can certainly be very creative and bring your own voice, and I certainly do that on Breaking Bad, and Vince gives me the freedom to do that on Breaking Bad, for which I'm very, very thankful. At the end of the day, you are one of many players in the creative wheel, and you're not the top of the chain either.
So then when you come out of an episode, obviously there's that sense, I have carried out someone else's vision to a T. Is there also a personal connection that you develop with the music that you're writing?
Oh, there absolutely is. And I think if there isn't, you're doing something wrong. I mean, it is a collaboration. I think to use Vince as an example, Vince doesn't talk to me about any kind of specifics that have to do with music. We talk about much bigger picture things like what the story is trying to accomplish at a given moment, what music could bring to the table in terms of atmosphere or intensity or things like that. But it's up to you, I think, as the composer, to know the best way to do that. And the best way to do that should be something that comes out of your own experience and is your own creativity that's honest and hopefully genuine, and that always shows.
Really quick, tell us, do you have any info you can give us about the upcoming season of Breaking Bad?
Only that it's going to be good.
Well spoken.
Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Dave.
Appreciate it.